Hail Kingdom, it's me, Spot the King, and if you're already in the end game, this guide is for you, because you're probably losing a lot of damage, quality of life and rare drops with incorrect Atlas setup. My tooltip shows I am shooting for 54k damage. We shoot him and bam 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 bam! Yeah, 10 million DPS just easy like that. The tier 5 map boss. Well, actually there is no completely incorrect Atlas setup, but what I will show you will actually make your life a lot easier. Let's go into super juiced map, we got all content on it, and you will instantly understand why I like this Atlas setup and I recommend it especially for beginners or just when you're starting out your endgame adventures. So we are running Delirium right now. This means every monster every now and then will give us a little bit of stacks, and this will make monsters harder. So with right now at 2 stacks of Delirium, it already makes monsters a lot more beefier and we're taking a lot more damage. So it may be hard for you, especially if you don't have really like good perfect build. And running Ritual as well as Delirium at the same time is not like best idea for you. But I will do it, I'm okay with it. Just get a little bit of Ritual out of our way. But most importantly, we will face boss at the end of this map. Guess what? Our boss will be tier 5 boss, because I got all points in boss category, so map boss difficulty is +5, which is highest map boss difficulty. And funniest part, I'm not only getting insane amount of extra power by going this Atlas build, but also it increases how much currency I'm getting per each map. Therefore it helps me to trade and get my gear faster. And again, since we're getting a lot of power from this Atlas setup, that's the coolest part, since you technically don't need loads of power in your build to run really hard maps. And you don't want to run not hard maps, you want to run this Delirium and Ritual all over the place, loads of content, loads of drops, and just juice everything. And yeah, you can do it not with insanely overpowered gear. So, about our Atlas setup. Oh my goodness, it's so crazy right now. Anyway, first things first. I already posted basic endgame guide for beginners. Still, that's like basic ideation for your first Atlas points. You want to go to the left side, get a rarity of items, and most importantly, quantity of waystones found in your maps. Basically, when you advance waystones, and to do it you need to use Reforger bench to combine waystone tiers. 3 waystones number 1 will become waystone number 2, or you need to find and defeat map bosses. That's the icon on the map boss. So this area will contain map boss. After you defeat him with waystone tier 1, you will advance to tier 2 and so on. But you need higher chances for them to drop, especially at higher tiers, therefore it's like super important, as well as this part on top, quantity of waystones. Then next points I like to distribute over here. Local knowledge will give you extra currency, extra drops on different biomes, so it's pretty nice and fun note to have, especially if you like farming, especially if you target farming some currencies. It's not mandatory later, you can actually even forget about it when you get enough of different currencies, because if you're increasing chance to drop basic currency on water biome maps, this will lower chances for other drops at the same time. Therefore, for example, in desert biomes, in forest biomes, you will get lots of jewels and barriers, and you probably don't need jewels and barriers already. But anyway, we want to get over here to precursor tablets found in your map. That's the big one for juicing. Basically, you want to have a lot of tablets and you want to drop them into towers. After completing towers in higher tier maps, they will affect even more maps around, but also with highest difficulty, basically with yellow waystones, like this for example, but you need even higher tier of waystone to do it. To just drop exalt orbs, and when you get 0 revives available, it's like highest difficulty. You will be able to drop 3 precursor tablets per tower, and basically it will affect maps around the tower. They will have extra content depending on what tablets you're dropping inside. I will make separate guide for like content farming, juicing and stuff like that, different strategies, we'll compare them later, but right now let's talk about Atlas. So that's like beginning of Atlas. Then you can go into a rarity of waystones, you can go into higher tier of waystones. Mostly you just want a little bit of item quantity over here, that's a big buff for us, but that's like beginner setup. Another really powerful one if you're juicing like crazy, increasing effect of precursor tablets basically over here, and that will basically help you get better currency, better drops, more divine orbs, and more rare gear. But to have really crazy ability and crazy DPS, you want to go to the left side, as well as this will help us to get a lot more currency every map. And also it will be nice sync for our Orb of Alchemy, since they cost almost nothing, and we will convert them into divines and other valuable currency. Basically, where you want to go is to this bottom left part, and if you just can't survive, then go into bottom part. So mirror this top part, but on the bottom. It will give you more magic monsters, more pack size. Why I'm going on the top? It will give me also more pack size, basically there will be more monsters, but it will also increase number of rare monsters, and there will be one monster which is duplicated. Rare monsters give us best drops. So best drops most of the time comes from them. Therefore, having more of them is really great idea if you're able to defeat them. And now, why I'm taking this part of the tree? Well, technically it's pretty crazy how powerful it is and how much power it will give you. It's not making endgame harder, it's making it easier, more fun, and you will see it right now in example. Basically, we're going in either way. If you want more power, go on top to have more chances for shrines. If you want a little bit more currency, go on bottom for more chances for strong boxes. And that's basically how it works. I recommend shrines for an insane amount of power. We will have more chances to contain shrines, and that's like big statues which give you buffs. And then we will increase duration of buffs granted by shrines, and increase effect of buffs granted by shrines. All other small nodes will give us increased chance to contain shrine, and here is where you need to make a choice. There will be experience, rarity, and gold shrine. You're looking for experience if you're going to like upgrade your levels faster, but I'm going for rarity for better drops, therefore I picked seeking shrine. So I got more chance to have seeking shrine, that will give me more item rarity in the form of buff. Then we got this stuff over here, it's really big. We get chance for all packs around shrines in your maps to be magic. Again, shrines will mostly contain bunch of monsters around, and having ability to make them magic is just great. It kinda gives us same buff as this part, which increases magic monsters, but our magic monsters will be located around shrines, and we get loads of chances to contain additional shrines and stuff like that. But biggest buff is over here, so we get 25% chance for shrines to have additional effect, and strong boxes will have chance to be openable twice. Now for strong boxes, again I used basically this nodes to have chance for rare and unique strong boxes, so we don't even need to waste any currency on them. Also around strong boxes there will be magic and rare monsters. Again, that kinda helps us to have more monsters on the map to get more loot, and this will change type of strong boxes. You're looking for researcher strong boxes, they are the best one for currency items. Now how it works, let me just show you in action. So it works just like that. Breach splinters, let's quickly finish a ritual, since I'm fishing for one nice item over here, which is Omen of Sinistral Erasure, which goes for 200 exalts right now, or somewhere around 4 divine orbs. Yeah. And if you want my strategies for like 5 divines per hour, then just type this in the comment section. I will know that it's viable idea for video, and I will drop this video as soon as possible. But look, we got bunch of orbs of alchemy. Yeah, they are kinda useless and it's unlucky strong box. But here's how it works basically. We will find these strong boxes and sometimes they will be openable twice. That's a insanely big deal. Because you may find this strong box as just basic gray strong box without any additional stuff. You will drop orb of alchemy on top, and then you can open it twice, and sometimes it drops just divines. With these strong boxes I got a bunch of divines just from one strong box. Yeah, and that's how basically it works. You're running high rarity, you're running a bunch of like strong boxes on your maps, opening them and getting rare drops. Okay, so how damage part works? Technically, you can use it in 2 ways. One of the way is to actually use it to have a lot more fun in map while you're mapping technically. The second one, if you're having troubles to defeat bosses. And that's a really big and important part for us. We want as much boss points as possible. At least 3. To get these points, you need to defeat map boss in area 79, in area 80+, slaying anomaly boss or slaying citadel boss at level 79 map with 6 modifiers. Level 79 map is basically tier 15 by stone, and if area got this icon, irradiate it. You can use it and irradiate areas around tower with precursor tablets, basically for irradiation. This will make area level 80. So technically you need at least 3 points, and we want to go to the right side to increase quantity of items, then we want to increase quantity of waystones, that's a big one, and then we want to increase ability to have shrines on map boss maps. So this will give you loads of power. There's another option, you can have ability to contain additional strong boxes. But I like to have non-irradiated areas with map bosses have +1 level. Also I like to have a rarity of items dropped by map monsters, map bosses. But technically again, if you're going for power, it's shrines, if you're going for drops, it's strong boxes. It works like that. Basically you get a chance to have a researcher strong box normally, but you will have chance to have 3 strong boxes pretty easily with this stuff. With this point you will have ability to have like 3-4 shrines on each map boss map. And every shrine, I will remind you, will have 25% chance for extra additional effects. Also, this effect is multiplied by Prayer of Guidance. And now look, my basic protection right now is maxed at 75. My tooltip shows I am shooting for 54k damage. And we will take this shrine. We got meteoric damage. Now we will run for the next shrine. That's basically how you want to fight bosses. If you're just running around and clearing map, you just want to actually take them as fast as possible, and that's it. And now look, I just picked 2 shrines, but I got 3 shrines in my buffs. That's a meteoric shrine, which gives me more fire damage. I'm getting enduring shrine, which gives me life and defenses, and seeking shrine, which gives me rarity of items. Just by getting 2 shrines. Yeah, I forgot to check what my armor and evasion was, but it's definitely lower than 50%, and right now I got basically deflection rating of 50%, so I'm insanely tanky with 15k evasion. At the same time I got almost 5k health, so my effective hit pool is around like 25k right now, which is should not be available to Mr. Tactician, of course. Now we're getting only 1 effect from the shrine, but that's fine. As I told you, 1 of 4 can have a good effect. And now we're going to fight a boss, like a real boss. It's an executioner. Hello, bro, get down. So we charge a shot, we shoot him, and bam, 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 bam. Yeah, 10 million DPS, just easy like that. The tier 5 map boss, he's like, could be hard, but as you can see, he's not hard. Since this Atlas build is just amazing, it makes any build viable, you just insanely overpowered. Sometimes you're getting like 90% of all resistances, and that's just insane. You take no damage at all, and honestly, with these resistances, you can even stand still, do nothing, and I will win everyone because, well, I'm not using any torrents damage, they just die because I got a wind dancer that will defeat them. That's pretty crazy how tanky, how powerful we can be just with the right Atlas setup. Yeah, that's insane. This basically gives you ability to defeat any content you like, and again, it's super fast to get to. You just need a little bit of corruption cleansed and maybe a few specialty maps, and that's it. But of course, to beat these maps, it's nice to have nice build. If you're playing mercenary or planning to play mercenary, I really recommend checking this video on the screen right now. It's my mercenary build. It's just awesome. It melts everything. I cleared all content with it, and it's solo self-found, hardcore friendly, so it's just beginner friendly. Just go check it out.